food and gaming prices are out of control. Like Donkey Kong Bonanza is literally $90 for what's like a little chip. And bananas are out of control as well in their price. They're like $100 for a bunch. I don't even eat bananas and this is making me crazy. But never fear, we at Eat Your Side Quest are going to embark on a journey to show you that for $5, you can enjoy great video games as well as bake an excellent cake. So the first part of my journey, and honestly, this was my favorite part of it, was going on Steam, sorting by price, and then sorting again by $5. Boy, the things that I saw, I didn't know. Like, I can't even begin to give it justice. What you should do is go on Steam, sort by $5, and then keep scrolling, right? Because you're going to get those initial, like, AAA titles that are always $5, like Shadows of War, a Far Cry game, or a Fallout game, or there's an Assassin's Creed, right? There's always those. But if you scroll far enough, it gets wild. A lot of it's just DLC for a game called Planet Zoo. Apparently, you have to pay extra to get more animals for the zoo. And there's a lot of them. Like, apparently, Planet Zoo did not come with a lot of animals initially, is my guess. I don't know. But after scrolling through that, and there's a lot of just, I think they're just porn games. Like, a lot of them. And they're all $5. It was crazy. I didn't know they sold that on Steam, but they sell a lot of it for $5. We're not advertising those games here. I was able, after a longer attempt than necessary, able to find 5 games for $5. And I think most of them are going to be pretty good. So I'm going to review them here, we're going to discuss them, and then we're going to cook over to Betty as she makes the cake.
So we're making mug cake, but it's chocolate, so I guess it's mud too. I don't really know about the recipe. I just look one random one up every time and try it because it mostly all tastes the same. But you'll need like flour and sugar and vanilla and oil and baking powder, not soda, and then like some salt. And then like either vanilla or cocoa powder. And then you just mix it all together. Sometimes you add milk too. Maybe make sure you have some milk. Water would work, or coffee, and if you don't have milk. That's it. That's all I got. We're making a mug cake.
All right, so the first game I got was one called Cluster Truckers, or Cluster Truck. There is no clustering truckers in Cluster Truck because there are no truckers. Cluster Truck gotta be careful with this one. Cluster Truck takes place in a world without humans, except for you perhaps. So Cluster Truck is pretty much, imagine the game Floor is Lava. But instead of platforms, there is moving trucks, and you have to jump from truck to truck, avoiding obstacles to get to the end. And it doesn't sound hard, but this game gets crazy. The game is great. If this looks like your kind of game, it's your kind of game, for the record, right? It is exactly what it looks like. An insane, super fast first-person platformer. And what's really cool is you can actually create your own levels, and you can share it online. And it seems to have a pretty active community. It's like a 10-year-old game, but people have gotten a lot of play out of it. If this looks like your thing, seems like a great purchase. I come with a caveat, I could not get my controller to work with it, which is super embarrassing. I've been a PC gamer for almost 10 years since Cluster Truckers came out, and I couldn't get it to work on it, so I had to play with, like, the keyboard, and, like, I don't even have a mouse, I don't even have a gaming mouse, I know. I have, like, the little touchpad, so it was a very cramped, uncomfortable experience. So I'm planning to dive deeper into Cluster Trucker, like later, once I can either get a gaming mouse or figure out my controller. But for $5, I don't feel bad putting it away. I think it's going to be a game I enjoy a great bit in the future. And again, if this looks like your thing, it is. This next game is called, oh boy, I should have learned how to pronounce it. Zephyr, A Thief's Melody. I'm going to make sure to show it on screen. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, this game probably looks a lot like Zelda Wind Waker. And guess what? It is a lot like Zelda Wind Waker, and I mean that in the best way possible. This was made by a solo dev. You can find him, like, when I looked up the game, you could see, like, all of his posts and how excited he was about it. And it doesn't have a lot of, by the way, ratings, so I think it'd be great if people bought this thing. It's only $5, so it borrows a lot from Zelda, okay? And that's okay. It borrows a lot from Zelda in a game called Sly Cooper, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. But after a quick tutorial, it'll teach you how to jump, how to climb. It'll have you do your first quest kind of dungeon to get your staff, so like your sword. And then things kind of break loose. Pirates come and kidnap your sister. And then you gain the ability to sail by turtle. And that's where this game begins. It's a lot of platforming, a lot of sneaking around. I didn't get super far in it yet. I assumed it was much shorter because it was only $5, but this thing's actually like 10 to 15 hours. But it's really fun. It's really cool. It has a lot of, you played Zelda games and you know how they sometimes have like a stealth component? This game really likes the stealth component. So there's going to be a lot of that, but if you stink at the stealth component, that's okay too. It lets you just beat up the guards instead. So I really like this game. It's really colorful. The game feels like Zelda. It looks like Zelda. It plays like Zelda. This thing is great. This is everything I could have wanted for a $5 Zelda game. It is made by one dev, so keep in mind it's a lower budget game. But it's great. This game is so great. This should be the game. If you buy no other game from this video, buy this one. This one is really cool. I think it's a good like, bang for your buck, if you will. All right, so I mentioned earlier, there's always like a AAA game from like anywhere from 1 year ago to 3 to 5 to 10, and they're often $5 to $7, so it's not uncommon to see them in here. I saw one in here, though I never played. It was called Saints Row 4 Reelected, and I had never played a Saints Row game, and I was kind of surprised to learn there were 4, but I liked I knew they're kind of like GTA clones, if you will, right? They're drive around the city, do missions, blah, blah, blah. So I decided to give it a chance, especially, with the political angle. And boy, I've never played a Saints Row game before. So if you're like me and you've never played it, don't worry, you can still follow the plot. I mean, you'll have a lot of questions, but you can follow the plot. So the game begins with our heroes, and it kind of explains that these guys used to be bad guys, but now they're kind of good guys who are still kind of bad, whatever. And they're helping to stop a nuclear bomb from going off. And then the game ends the final scene with you climbing the nuclear bomb, dismantling it. Well, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith plays. Great. And then you jump off the bomb, and you apparently were over the White House, so you fall through the ceiling, you land in the White House chair, and I guess you're president now. I guess that's how it works in St. Rose, America. If you land in the president's seat, you become president. So then there's a time jump to you and your administration. You are now the president, and you are immediately given the choice of solving world peace or world hunger.
Listen, we've got enough clout right now for one major bill, not both. What do you want me to push forward? Do you want to be the president who cured cancer or the president who solved world hunger?
As for hunger, tell the kitchen to fix me a smoothie.
Good choice.
Don't worry which one you pick. It won't matter in a few moments, because while you're giving a speech or some State of the Union, aliens attack you. Yeah, there's aliens in this game, it turns out. And then you as the president put up quite a battle against the aliens, but eventually succumb, where you get thrown into a Matrix-like world where you and your friends need to break out of their Matrix world and save the world. This game is crazy. That was just like the first 10 minutes of the game. How the rest of the game now plays is you're gonna be like in this pretty bland open world, and you move around the open world solving missions. And initially you act like a GTA character, right? You have to drive your car, you get weapons, bang, bang, shoot, shoot, blah, 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 blah. But because it's a Matrix world, have you ever seen this? I don't even know how to describe it, but you can get superpowers. So you get the ability to jump and not quite fly, but glide and shoot fireball and move things with your mind. So you become like a god in this open world. And that's pretty cool. The The one caveat I should warn you is most of the game, though, while you travel the open world and do some small things in there, most of the open world be you traversing through the open world to get to the next story mission. And the story missions involve you going into your other Saints, like, Matrix world and, like, breaking them out of it. And you can't use your superpowers in their Matrix world. That's okay. They're pretty fun. There's one where you are in like a Mad Max world. There's one, actually, no, I'm sorry, Mad Max. I'm getting my 80s mixed up. There's one where you're in a Tron-like world and you have to race. There's one where you fight a giant energy drink. There's one that just turns into like a brawler Street Fighter game. So it's fun. Like, I loved those missions. You just don't like get to use your superpowers in them. So after a bit, I kind of stopped even powering up my superpowers because like it didn't really matter. But that being said, for $5, this game is a lot of fun. My thing hasn't been recorded in at all. So this game is a lot of fun now. Like, it really is. This is a great AAA game. I don't think I'll finish it. I got like maybe 2/3 of the way through. I don't even know if I will finish it, but I had a lot of fun playing it. And $5 games, you don't have to finish your $5 games. You just play it as much as you feel like, then you toss it away, okay? Don't feel guilty at all. So the next game I picked was one called Maniac. And I picked it because it had pretty good reviews, and it described itself as GTA meets Vampire Survivors. And I love GTA, and I like Vampire Survivors, so I figured $5 can't go wrong. And this game is that, to be fair. This is exactly what this game is. You pretty much move left, right, up, or down, around the screen. Pretty much you want to move to each power-up throughout the city, and you gain weapons and guns you can use to unleash hell on the city as you move through it. And your goal is to survive for 20 minutes, cause as much destruction in the city as possible, before a nuclear bomb hits the city and you live happily ever after. I couldn't figure out what that meant or why, or like, was my character dropping the nuclear bomb? I don't know. The game doesn't really explain. It doesn't really matter. Because what you see here on screen, this is what you're gonna get. This is really fun for like a good solid 3 hours until you unlock all the characters and you finish the missions. Then it just you're just gonna be kind of done with it. Because there's not like other levels besides the city. There's not like extra characters. It's not like there's like cool extra abilities you get to unlock. There's not the sense of progression in this game. So if this looks like your thing, you know what? This is actually the only game on this list I'm not gonna recommend. I feel like it's gonna be a free-to-play game on Epic someday, if I'm being honest. So unless you're really craving this, like this, maybe you grew up on GTA 1 or 2, if you're really craving this and this looks like your thing, go for it, I guess. But I would get any of the other 4 games on this list before Maniac. I'm sorry, Maniac. That's gonna happen with $5 games. Sometimes they're gonna be great, sometimes they're gonna be duds, and you kind of have to learn how to like choose and pick the good ones. Maybe that'll be its own video someday. All right, well, the last game on this list is a $5 game I've seen around for years. It's always at $5, so not even a sale. It's called Cookie Clicker. And this game is about you, and you click a cookie to get more cookies, to buy things, to increase your cookie, to give you more cookies. So you're building a cookie empire. And you might ask, who would even like this game? I would like this game. I like this game a lot. I don't know why. This game is ridiculous. I don't have like any real motivation. I often forget about it for like days or weeks. But when I come back to it, I get excited. I click it. I think this game was initially intended, or it was a game for like a browser. So I think the ideal way to play Cookie Clicker is probably during downtime at work when you click on your tab in your browser and play Cookie Clicker. So I think it's fun. I don't know if I'd buy it for $5, if I'm being honest. I played it a lot. I really liked it. You know what? I would recommend it. If you think you would like Cookie Clicker, get Cookie Clicker. So, alright, so quick ranking. If you're gonna get any of these games, you should get Zephyr, A Thief's Melody. That should be your first one. Then you should probably do, if you haven't played Saints Row Re-Elected, play Saints Row Reelected. It's pretty fun. And then 3 would probably be Cluster Trucker. 4, Cookie Clicker, and then Maniac is number 5. But yeah, those are my recommendations. I think if you get them all, great value. If you only get one, I think that's still a pretty good value. And now let's check in and see if we were able to make a cake for $5. All right, well, we've seen the steps in making it. Here's the final product. We went pretty heavy on the whipped cream. So it's maybe
That's
not the
hard.
most, I don't know, when I Googled mug cakes before this, they were like very posh, but I think ours is going to taste delicious. Should we try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Mmm. That does not like a nice feeling. Oh,
I think it tastes like cake.
I like a cake.
It
Yeah,
does
it's like a
taste like
chocolate
cake. Yeah.
Mhm.
It does. Okay, it literally does. I was suspicious, but this does. If you are craving cake, this is it. It just takes 5 minutes and it's cheap and you do it in the microwave.
Yeah,
Like it's
still a cake. It's a little bit more microwavy, like a little that I don't know. You know, you could tell it was baked in the microwave, like risen really fast.
Oh my
and
God.
stuff, but it's good.
You're right. I can taste the microwave.
No, your microwave isn't dirty. It's not like that.
You're right though. No, there's like a flavor to some that's microwave. I've never thought about that.
It's a texture.
It's a texture. Interesting.
Texture to it. Uh-huh.
Interesting.
But it's good.
All right, and I learned something new today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. And that's a wrap.